Hello, how are you? How's it going? This is a planning and strategy session for 2025. This is a planning and strategy session for 2025. Talking about goals for 2025. Hello, Pablo, and thank you so much for all of the comments on the videos. I certainly appreciate it. Go tell your adult friends about what my live is about because I'm talking about planning and strategy session for 2025 and what we need to do to plan and execute being a millionaire, a multimillionaire. So I literally have some things that I've got written. So go tell your adult friends that I've got this going on, okay? So I've got some things going on that I wanted to share that I learned from a young lady that I follow. Her name is Tiffany Montgomery. She is a prophetess, and she gave us the blueprint on preparing for 2025 to be a millionaire. Excuse me, because I still got coughs. I got my tea right here. But yeah, I've got the blueprint for that. So if you want to hear about that, please stay tuned. But if this is not something that you're like, no, no, I'm not ready for that, then, you know. But if this is something you want to hear, let me know. If you want to hear about the plan, oh, but if you want to hear about the plan and the strategy on how to make money in 2025, then let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know in the comments. Mhm. Let me know in the comments if this is something that interests you. But we are talking about our strategy and our plan for 2025 and how we're going to execute what we're supposed to be doing in 2025 to make millions. For anybody else who's on the line, I literally have a blueprint of what we're going to do to begin to be a multimillionaire and begin to execute what God has given us. And so I got two of you on the line. I don't know who the other person is, but I'm so happy you're here. And let's begin, shall we? So, the first thing that we're going to ask ourselves, if we are trying to become that multimillionaire that God has called us to be, you have to ask yourself these questions because you're going to set the atmosphere, you're going to set the tone, the mental atmosphere from where you're supposed to be, right? So, you're going to ask yourself three questions, um, or three lessons. The question that you want to ask yourself, or what are the three things that I learned this year? What are the three things that I learned this year from 2024? And that is for me, I said it was be bold for Christ, let it all hang out, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and let people know who you are in your posts and in life. Just be real, be honest, be yourself, be transparent. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I learned in 2024 was to manage my time, and to manage my money. I need to manage my money. So that meant, me not going to, I'm saying like Jamba Juice. If I, really want a Jamba Juice, that means me buying some groceries and literally making my own Okay. All right. All right. I'll see you later, Pablo. Thank you so much for joining me. You're such a doll, and I so appreciate every comment that you give me on my posts. I love and need that so bad. Thank you, Pablo. So that means that I'm managing my money. So that means be conscientious of what I'm purchasing and not go crazy with my spending. Okay. All right. So that's the first thing that you want to ask yourself. You want to ask yourself those three questions. Why? Because you're setting the atmosphere for your mental state to be able to move higher, to be able to get those millions. It's a mental state. And I got the blueprint right here. So I don't know if you guys know, I follow this lady right here on YouTube. Her name is Tiffany Montgomery. She's a prophetess. Her name is spelled Tiphani, Tiffany Montgomery, Montgomery, Montgomery. And she literally gave us like this blueprint on how you're going to strategize and be able to do what it is that God called you to do to make the millions that God said is yours to make. Okay? So she said, ask yourself these three questions. Ask yourself those three questions. And these things I want you guys to write down. Don't just listen to me, talking here. I need y'all to literally write this down because at the end of this month, excuse me, at the end of this month, I'm going to get back on live and I want to, hello, Lil Plays. Hi, how you doing? I'm talking about a strategy session, a blueprint and a strategy on how we're going to make millions as people that's been called by God in 2025 because no Christian, no woman or man of God should be broke, busted, and disgusted, especially when God has literally given us the power to get wealth, right? Literally given us the power to get wealth. So if that's in fact the place, the thing we need to write our plan down and make it plain, right? Amen. Amen. You got to write the plan down and make it plain. A lady who I know, she's 81 years old. She got married yesterday, y'all. At 81, she got married yesterday. I was like, you are giving me life right now. If she could get married at 81, she literally is got her life planned out. She been doing the thing. Okay. So she told me something very profound. She said, if it ain't written, it ain't real. If it ain't written, it ain't real. I thought, okay, if it ain't written, it ain't real. That's what we doing right here. We gonna write this down. Why? Because we're gonna execute this plan. And we're gonna see this thing come into fruition by step by step by step. We're going to see this thing come into fruition, right? So that's what we're doing right now. So we asked ourselves the three questions. What are the top three things I learned in 2024? Why? Because you want to reflect and say, you know what? Where do I need to improve? Where do I need to do better? And in 2025, I don't need to do those things, right? Right. So you ask yourself, for me, it was how am I managing my time? How am I managing my money? Am I being bold? Am I letting it all hang out for Christ and just being myself and being transparent, being exactly where I am as a Christian woman, as somebody who's 51 years old, real life situations and not holding and hiding stuff? Like the people really want to see the real you. When you get on here on YouTube, TikTok, wherever your platform is, people want to see exactly who you are, the real you. Why? Because there's people who are attached to you, people who could learn from you, people who could pull off of what you have and what you've been through so they can be helped and they can be encouraged and say, okay, well, if that happened to her and this is how she making it through, then I could do the same thing, right? Yes, thank you for the love, Lil Plays. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. You can literally say, learn from me. That's what it's all about. It's all about us helping one another. We all on this faith journey, this life faith journey together. So we got to write this down and make it plain right here. Okay. So those are the three questions you need to ask yourself. Why? Because you're setting the foundation, you're setting the tone and the atmosphere for your mental state. So that when you execute your goals, you execute your plans, you're going to have a blueprint on which to fall back on. So we've asked ourselves those three questions. And now you got to ask yourself this: what is the biggest message you got this year? What is the biggest message? Excuse my English. What's the biggest message that you got in 2024? For me, it was keep going. Keep going. It doesn't matter what is happening on the left, what is happening on the right. Keep going. Like it says in Finding Nemo, keep on swimming, keep on swimming, keep on swimming. Keep going. Life is going to life. Life is going to be lifing, right? But you got to keep going toward the mark and the goal that God has called you to do. And how do you do that? Right here with this blueprint. Right here with this blueprint. Amen. Oh my God, I love your content. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what? In my bio, I just put in my link tree, I have an email list that I want you to join. I want you to go into my bio. All right. Pablo, you are too much. I want you to go into my bio and I want you to sign up on my email listing so that by the time the end of the month comes, you will already have these things that I'm sharing with you right now, that I'm going to share the goals part. That's going to be in a little while. I'll share the goals and how we're going to write down our goals. So when we come back at the end of this month, you're going to share with me what you wrote down. That's like 3 weeks from now, 3 or 4 weeks from now. So you got 3 to 4 weeks to write all this down. This that I'm getting ready to share with you right here. You're going to write this down. And when we come back at the end of the month, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about our next 3 months of planning. And when you join the email listing, I'm going to be doing encouragements. I'm going to be saying, you need to do this, keep this in mind. And you're going to have these things, you're going to have these goals that I'm getting ready to give you. You're going to have these around your house, in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your bedroom, in the car, on your phone. Yes, Low Plays. Yes. You're going to write these things down. You're going to write the vision down and make it plain. Like my good friend said, who's 81 years old, who just got married, if it ain't written, it ain't real. Okay. So we going to write it down today. We're going to change our mindset. We're not going to worry about what mommy used to do and what daddy used to do. We're not going to walk in fear. We will not walk in fear. We will not walk in fear, but we're going to walk in the boldness that God has called us to walk in. We're going to walk in there even if we're scared, even if our hands are shaking a little bit. We're going to keep walking. Even if our voice get cracky when we sing or we speak, we're going to keep doing it. And you're going to do it until you're not afraid. That's what you're going to do. So let's write this down. Let's write this vision down. Let's make it plain. So the next step that you want to do when you are planning your millions, when you're planning to be your millionaire self, you're planning for that next level. This is the second step that I want you to follow. So I hope you guys are writing this down. This is so super important. If you don't write it down now, my next session is going to be null and void because you didn't remember and write down anything that I'm telling you right now. So I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper. I hope you guys have a pen and a piece of paper because what I'm telling you is gold nuggets. And it's literally going to help us toward our next step and our next goal. So get a pen and piece of paper if you haven't done so already, and let's write this stuff down. So I already went over the 3 questions that you're going to ask yourself that you learned from 2024. You're also going to ask yourself, what is the biggest message you got this year. The third question you're going to ask yourself now is, what is the most effective message to your children? Some of you here on with me right now may have children. You may have grandchildren. What is the biggest message that you're giving them, that you gave them in 2024? What is the biggest message that you gave them? Oh, it's okay to quit. It's okay to curse your future with your words. What is the biggest message that you gave your kids in 2024? Or did you say, I'm going to make it through this. I'm going to overcome this situation. I'm going to keep going and being bold and pushing forth through all of these things. I'm going to let my mindset change. Is that what you told? Is that the message that you gave your kids? So that's something to ponder and put down and write down. So I want you to write all these questions down. And when we come back at the end of this month, we're going to have an answer to all of those things. And then we're going to begin to write out the plans in a 3-month goal to get that done. Why? Because it's time for us to come up, honey. It's time for us to come up, honey. It's time for us to make these millions, baby. Okay? That's why. So if y'all trying to be a millionaire like me, like me, like me, it's time for you to write this down. So write it down. Again, get on my email listing that I got on my link tree, which should be in the bio. If it's not, let me know, and I'm going to put it in there. And then when you get on my page again, all you got to do is click the link tree, put your information in, because through in these couple of weeks that I'm going to be on here, I'm going to be putting out information to keep you encouraged, to keep you going. Why? Because we can't do this by ourselves. No man is an island alone by himself. You do need a community. The things that God has called you to do, honey, you will need people to help you. Believe me, trust. That's the lesson I'm learning. Okay, so you want to ask your children, what is the most effective message that you gave them? You're leaving a legacy behind. You're leaving a lineage behind. You're breaking generational curses. Do you understand? You are breaking generational curses of what mom used to do and what dad used to do and what grandpa used to do and what grandpa used to do, grandma used to do. We're not doing those things that did not bring them success, that did not bring them the lifestyle that they really wanted. Okay, okay. All right, well, I appreciate you staying on with me this time as much as you did, Miss Lil Plays. I appreciate you. Mwah. Love to you. So these are the things that you want to ask yourself. Okay? The other question that you want to ask yourself is, what is the message that you gave God about your assignment that he gave you? He literally put gifts inside of you. He put talents inside of you. He's the one that gave you all the things that you need in order to be successful. He put it inside of you. Are you throwing it back and saying, oh my God, this is too hard. I don't want to do it. Literally, you were designed by God. Literally, you have the makeup of all the things that God put inside of you, your gifts, your talents. That's all in you. It's up to you to discover it. It's up to you to discover it. And you simply do that by going to God and being like, Lord, I can use some help. I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am. God will literally tell you who you are in his word. In his word. So then we're going to move on to our next phase of planning out our 2025 strategy session for becoming who God called us to be and making millions based on our gifts, our talents, our goals, based on our gifts and talents that God has literally put inside of us. How are we going to do this? What's our next step? Well, I'll tell you. You need to remind yourself of who you are. Who are you? Who are you that you want me to buy your products? Who are you that you want me to listen to you singing? Who are you that you want me to read your diary, read your book? Who are you that you want me to have you want me to do your hair or you gonna do my hair? Who are you that you want me to buy your clothes? Who is you? Who is it that you want me to buy your artwork? Who is you? Well, I'm glad you asked, boo boo, because I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you. Okay. Number one, I am God's daughter. I am God's son. That's who I am. And when you that, you got everything that you need. You are God's daughter. You are God's son. That's number one. That's who you are. You're God's daughter. You're God's son. And with that, you got access to the kingdom. You are an heir to the throne. That's who you are. That's who you are. You are God's daughter and son first. And with that come a whole lot of benefits, honey. A whole lot of benefits. That's number one. That's who you are. Then number two, if you've gone down and you've analyzed your life and you're like, man, I realize that I make people laugh. I realize that I can influence somebody through my posts. I realize that I'm an influencer. If you've discovered that about yourself, that is usually your talent and your gift. That is usually your talent and your gift. And so you write it down. You remind yourself of who you are. This is the blueprint and the strategy for you to get your plan executed for 2025 so that you can make the millions based on your gifts, based on your talent. You can literally be making millions based on who you are. But you know why? Because that's what you got to offer the world. That's what you got to offer the world, who you are. So who are you? You are God's daughter. You are God's son. That's who you are, number one. Number two, for me, I'm a God singer. I am God's singer. I sing. You guys know that. I'm a gospel singer. You are God's encourager. I like to encourage with my Wisdom Wednesdays, right? You guys have seen that in my posts. I like to encourage with my Wisdom Wednesdays. I'm an encourager. I am a prayer warrior. I am a worshiper. These are all the things of who you are. I am a wife. Even though you guys don't see a ring on my finger, I put that in the atmosphere. I claim that. I claim that I am somebody's wife. I'm speaking life into the atmosphere. I'm manifesting that I am somebody's wife. And he's going to find me in 2025. He is going to find me. My husband, whoever he is, he's going to find me in 2025. I am somebody's wife. I am a mother. I am a grandmother. I am an inventor. I am a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. So the things that you know about yourself, you write that down. You remind yourself of who you are. You are somebody. You are somebody. You are a lot of things. You are somebody. This is how you set the tone in the atmosphere. You set the tone, you set the atmosphere for who you are so that you can know how to write a plan for yourself. That's how you do it. So next, after you've reminded yourself of who you are, the next thing that you want to do is you want to write down your mission statements. Okay? This is step number 3. Step number 3 to this blueprint plan and the strategy session is to write down your mission statement. So now that you reminded yourself of who you are, now it's time to write down a mission statement for each one of those areas in your life so that you can have a plan in place, right? So you write out a personal mission statement, a business mission statement, an invention. For me, it's an invention. a gospel singing mission statement, an entrepreneur mission statement, a wife mission statement, a mom mission statement, a grandmother mission statement, a health mission statement, and a financial mission statement. You want to put it down, you want to make it plain. And if I didn't mention it already, you need to have scriptures for each one of these mission statements here. You want to have scriptures for each one of these so that you can put God in front of it. One of the scriptures that I can put to a couple of my goals and my mission statements is Philippians 4:13, which states, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Another scripture for me that I can put to several of my mission statements would be Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 6. These are things that you can literally put down. This is the blueprint and the strategy plan that you need in order to begin your journey to becoming that multimillionaire, breaking generational curses in your family. And so now the last step that we're going to look at is actually writing out the goals for each one of these areas that you said you are. So if you are a mom, if you are a businesswoman, if you are writing a mission statement for your health, if you're writing a mission statement for you being a singer, you want to put goals to this. And I'm going to suggest that you put 3 goals and 3 scriptures for each one of those goals. So on your financial part, you're going to say, my goal in the area of finances is going to be for me to make $5,000 a month in passive income. And these are the 3 steps which I'm going to take for 3 months to get toward that financial goal. And you're going to have 3 scriptures that you're going to be looking at each time you look at that goal and you work on that goal. You're going to have those 3 scriptures in mind, and you're going to have those 3 goals. So number 1, if I'm going to make $5,000 a month, I am going to begin to sell these many cakes. I'm going to sell these many scarves. I'm going to sell these many music. I'm going to sell this many of something, or I'm going to put out these many posts in order to generate this amount of money. These are the goals and the planning sessions that you have. I'm going to start selling baseball caps, whatever that look like. I'm going to put these many posts. I need to post this much to make this amount of money on YouTube. I'm going to, look at my viral sounds, and I'm going to put out so many shorts and so many long form content in order for me to make this amount of money. If you're a content creator, you're going to literally write this stuff down, and you're going to work on it for the next 3 months, and you're going to put scripture to it. 3 scriptures. You're going to do the same thing for your business, your health, your singing, your entrepreneurship, your wife duties or husband duties or husband, your mom goals, your grandma goals. And also, after you're doing all this work, you gotta balance out life. So you're gonna have a fun goal. What is something fun you're gonna do as well? You wanna put that in there because you wanna balance out life. You don't wanna just be a workaholic and getting burnt out. What we don't want is to get burnt out. We want longevity. We want endurance, right? We want endurance. We want longevity. So you need to plan out your goals, execute them, but also have fun. So you want a fun goal. So that is literally the blueprint on how you're going to begin to execute your plan and your strategy. This is just a blueprint to get started. The next time that we get together toward the end of this month, then it's going to be time for us to literally write this stuff out. What your plans are in your financial area, and how the 3 goals that you're going to do to execute that plan for the next 3 months. What are you going to do in your business? 3 goals for that. How you're going to execute those 3 goals and the scriptures to go with each one of them. Now, There also is some books that I want you to reference. Okay. So, two books that Tiffany Montgomery spoke about is number one, the first book is called Reverse the Curse. Reverse the Curse. Okay. You can go on Amazon, you can go anywhere books are sold. And then the second book I want you to get is You're Not Sick, You're Just Thirsty. You're not sick, you're just thirsty. And these are the books I want you to look up and begin reading because they're literally going to help you towards your journey. Like I said before, I want us to get together on a live at the end of this month. And I want to see your goals that you've written out in that areas that I just told you about so that we can begin to execute what it is that we're about to do and the millions that we're getting ready to make. Okay. So we in this together. We're on this together. I want us to come up together. I want us to come up together. Okay. We got to keep each other accountable. And I want to see you guys on this journey with me. I don't want to do this by myself. I don't want to be an island alone making millions while you guys are looking on the sidelines. You guys could do it too. So I just gave you guys all the blueprint that you guys need in order to get started. And then we're going to come back at the end of this month. And I want to see the goals that you have in each one of those areas that I spoke about. You're going to pray about what you don't know about and ask God to give you a download. Okay? I love y'all. That's what I literally came on here to do so we could plan and strategize because I don't want to be by myself making millions by myself and y'all not making millions with me because I love y'all and y'all my family. Y'all my vet fam. So I love y'all. Yes, I love y'all. And I can't wait to talk to you guys at the end of this month. And again, like I said before, get in my bio. Get in the link in my bio. I have my link tree there. I want you to put in your information in the email listing. Put your information in the email listing so that we can come together in these next couple of weeks and I can make sure you guys are on track and you guys are writing down your goals and I can give you some encouraging words so we can start on our plan to make millions. Okay? I love y'all and I will see y'all later. Peace.